What's up, cool kids? John here from What's Johnny Watching. So on today's video, I decided to give you my favorite comfort movies. Now, we've all experienced it, whether we have a bad day at school or a bad day at work, a bad day with your significant other, you just feel bad, just feel down. And you want something to lift your spirits, brighten your mood, try to change, how you're feeling, because mental health is really important nowadays, especially now. It's very important. So I know a lot of us in the community, we use movies or we use TV to kind of lift our spirits, brighten our mood. So I have pulled out 10 movies that I use they're just my favorite comfort movies. Whenever I have a bad day, I'm feeling down, I throw in one of these movies, then boom, everything changes and I'm a happier guy. I know that sounds kind of weird, but still, it makes me feel better. I'm glad, I'm happier. So that's what I use. I'm sure you guys do it too. So here are my 10 favorite comfort movies. So before I get into it, don't forget to hit like and hit that subscribe button. Click that notification bell so I can keep bringing you these videos. I really appreciate it, and it helps out the channel. So here we go. This is in no particular order. I just pulled these. I don't have one that's my absolute favorite or one that's sort of not my favorite. These are just the 10 that I will choose one of these, throw it in, and my mood is changed completely. I'm a lot happier after watching these. So I'm going to stop rambling. Here's my first one. It is Grown Ups 2. Now, I know a lot of people hate Adam Sandler and his movies. They're kind of dumb and stupid, but they're funny. I enjoyed it, just watching him with his friends, being with his friends, especially in this one, it just makes me feel happier watching and just him have a good time with his friends. And yeah, the story's kind of dumb, where it's the old school versus the new school, and they have this big battle in the backyard, but it's funny. A lot of the lines are funny in here, especially the way they treat Tim Meadows in this. And Shaquille O'Neal's Tim Meadows' brother. I mean, if you can believe it, they both have the same hairstyle. It's absolutely funny. I love this. This is one of them. Now, number 2, I've mentioned this before on my favorite movies every year I've been alive, and it's Gone Fishing. I really don't need to get into that much more because I've explained everything about it, but it's just two guys. Yeah, they do stupid things, but they're not out to hurt anybody. They're just out there to have fun. And yeah, the story's kind of dumb, but I enjoy it. It makes me happier watching it. Maybe it makes me happy watching them go through all kinds of hell. I don't know. I don't care. I love this movie. I'll continue to watch it. I love it. Now for my third one. It's kind of weird, but it's Get Smart. This isn't the traditional, Steve Carell comedy that one would think to pull when they would want to laugh. Be, a 40-year-old virgin or watching him in Anchorman. But for me, it's Get Smart. He's just a guy who's been put down in his job. He never gets to get a promotion, and he just works so hard at it, and he's just kind of depressed. And then he finally gets it because everybody's name's been released. All the agents' names have been released. So it's kind of, it's up to you now. And he pulls it off. He doesn't act like a buffoon in this. He's sincere, and it just makes me laugh, especially when he's in the airplane bathroom, and he just has all these things go off on him, and it's just absolutely hilarious. I love this. I wish they would have made a sequel to this. I really love this. Now for my fourth one, I've talked about this one a lot, but it's The Big Lebowski. I mean, what else can I say? This is my favorite Coen Brothers movie. Yes, I like this better than, No Country for Old Men. I just love the performances. It's so funny. And so just the dialogue, the interactions between, Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, and Steve Buscemi. Just their interactions, the way they talk to each other. I love it. I can't tell you how many times I've sat down and watched this in a day. think maybe 4 or 5 times, just over and over and over again. I absolutely love it. And it makes me, it brightens my mood because it's just funny. Some of the quotable lines in it. Now, my next one, it's a 2-pack. It's a movie and its sequel. I just absolutely love it. And it's Grumpy Old Men and Grumpier Old Men. Now, for those of you who haven't seen it, it's a classic Jack Lemmon, Walter Matthau, films. Grumpy Old Men has Jack and Walter fighting for the affections of Anne Margaret. And in the sequel, Jack Lemmon and Anne Margaret are already married, so Walter feels kind of left out, feels lonely. And this Sophia Loren comes to town, and it really charges him up, makes him fall in love again. It's absolutely wonderful. I absolutely love it. And not just the story alone, just the chemistry that Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau have, and how the pranks they play on each other. It brings a smile to my face, even though, the Grumpy Old Men's almost 30 years old, I believe. I still laugh at it, especially the blooper reel at the very end. My next one is the Pixar classic. It's Toy Story. I love Toy Story. I've loved it ever since the first time I saw it. Just wondering, do toys come alive, when you're not looking at them? There have been times where I've just gotten yelled at work, and I would come home and I wouldn't want to talk to anybody. But then I would throw this in on DVD first before the Blu-ray came out, and I would watch it on DVD, and I would just smile. I love it. I still love it. It takes me back to not really childhood, but sort of, playing with my toys and stuff like that. Wonder if my toys actually had a personality. So yeah, I love Toy Story. It always makes me smile. And this next one, I know he's gotten a lot of hate as of late, and it's well deserved, but Wild Wild West. I went and saw this film like 4 times in the theaters. I know it's bad, but I love it. It's not really the comedic aspect of it as the reason why I enjoy it. It's just, the whole Western feel. And I liked watching the original show on reruns on TV. And I was excited when this came out. And yeah, it's bad. And it's just not good. But I enjoyed it. It would always lift me up. And especially at the very end when they're on the Spider going back into town, going back to Washington. I thought that was always kind of funny. And this really brings me up, lifts my spirits. So I'm glad I like it. I don't like Will Smith that much anymore after the shit he did, but I like Wild Wild West. Now, as for the last 2, they're DVDs. I've talked about one of them before, and it's Grandma's Boy. We do need a Blu-ray of this. I don't know about a 4K, but a Blu-ray, a Region A Blu-ray at least. Alan Covert, with Adam Sandler produced this. He was a video game tester, and he's just the everyday interactions he has with his co-workers, and the monkey that lives with his friend, who's into karate now, and just the drug use. Yeah, but it's funny. The funny drug use in this, and a young Jonah Hill, absolutely comedy classic. I laugh my ass off during this, and whenever I watch it, if I'm depressed or anything like that, it immediately brings me back up. Now, as for my last one, this is a documentary that my friend Will turned me on to. I had never heard of this. I had vaguely heard about the director, but it's Errol Morris's Vernon, Florida. This is about a town in Vernon, Florida, and I know that he was supposed to have made it dealing with some kind of insurance scam with the citizens who lived there. They would cut their arms off or cut their hands off to get insurance claims or something, and then I think the city threatened him or something, so he changed it up. And it's about the people who live in this small town. It's just a bizarre group of people that he interviews, but it's so endearing. I mean, you find yourself just really, I mean, you immediately get hooked into everything that they say. You're latching on to every last word. And I was like, why would I watch this? But every time I watch it, I just, like, all my sorrows or worries or anything like that, they just go away. And I'm interested in these people. And I think it doesn't even last an hour. And I'm just hooked. I'm like, well, I have to find out more about these people. I'm just so interested in them. And it's neither one of their segments, the people that they interview, they do not connect. It's just some random interviews. But I'm just immediately fixated on this. And yeah, my troubles go away. So that's it. That's my list. Let me know down in the comments, what are your favorite comfort movies? And maybe you can give me some suggestions. Maybe some of your comfort movies are ones I haven't even seen before. So, once again, don't forget to click that like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell. And that's all I got for right now. But until then, what are you watching today?